I knew that this would happen eventually. When I decided to make the books of Roger Ebert the framework for this show, I knew that there would be a point in time when I would wholeheartedly disagree with Ebert. It's okay to disagree. We're just stating opinions after all. Gene and Roger made their careers on discussing and, yes, disagreeing on film. What I didn't foresee, though, is that there would be a review in this book where not only would I disagree with Roger, but Roger would be at odds with most of the critics. Team America World Police is certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes, with 77% of critics approving of Trey Parker and Matt Stone's creation. What I don't want this to become is an Ebert bashing session. Like I said, they're just opinions, and in this instance, we differ. With that, this is Team America World Police on this episode of Does This Movie Suck? I also have to face this problem. Comedies that aren't funny, I feel okay spoiling for you. No one's gonna be angry at me because I spoiled Pootie Tang. It wasn't gonna make you laugh anyway. Well, maybe if you're on some sort of illegal substance.
Sarate.
So I don't want to spoil Team America World Police if you haven't seen it. So if you watch it, what you're going to see is something very unique. It's said that Paramount greenlit this movie immediately based on the pitch of an action movie with puppets, but this is the first shot that Matt and Trey showed them. So this was a pump fake, and it worked with one of the executives yelling a string of expletives. Yeah, they weren't very happy. But watch what happens next. This is spectacular. There's so much detail in every shot, and the entire thing is played straight. That's the thing about Team America. Yes, some of the action sequences have a Sid from Toy Story vibe.
Hey, terrorist! Terrorize this.
But a majority of its sequences are not played as bad puppetry. It looks like and plays like a straight-up action flick. This film really takes its time getting you invested in the characters, and the puppetry's good, just in time for it to do this. This movie gets you seeing each tree and then pulls back to reveal the forest and reminds you that it's a ridiculous puppet movie. The film is the story of Gary. He's a Broadway actor who's recruited by Team America to act his way inside a terrorist group. His mission is to uncover a plot to use WMDs across the world. Gary isn't immediately accepted by the team.
That's supposed to be Carson's replacement? A fucking actor?
Don't mind Chris. He may be lacking courtesy, but he's the best martial arts expert Detroit has to offer.
That's right, actor. Just stay the fuck away from me.
Shortly after introductions, Gary is put into a disguise so that he can fit in with a group of terrorists planning an attack. Like most of Team America's operations, it doesn't quite go as planned.
One of the terrorists is trying to tell us something. It's me! It's me! Looks like he's saying, kiss me, kiss me.
Smart-ass motherfucker!
The team chalks all this up as a success though, returning to their base for drinks. And for Gary and team member Lisa, some lovemaking. Puppet style. Which I won't show you here. I don't want my parents to disown me. Squabbling and infighting eventually break apart Team America, and in the power vacuum rises Kim Jong-il. And a group of actors mindlessly moving forward, advancing Kim's agenda of world domination. As I mentioned before, this movie looks spectacular. It was shot by Bill Pope, who is the cinematographer on The Matrix. Getting an action shooter like Pope went a long way in making the film look like a Bruckheimer Bay movie, which is a huge chunk of the satire here. It's said that Parker and Stone originally wanted to create a puppet version of The Day After Tomorrow, and it would be released the same day as the live-action version. They got a hold of the script and found it to be already hilarious, but they couldn't work out what I can only assume was the many legal issues of doing this. Making a satire of action movies with puppets alongside a satire of self-serious actors seemed to be the next best thing. The movie is raunchy, quotable, and frequently hilarious. It's a great satire of those Babe Bruckheimer films, but it's not perfect. Now don't get me wrong, I really like Team America, but it's a far from perfect satire. I've found that in film, successful satire is an overarching story element that contains many jokes. When your jokes become solely based in satire, you get in trouble. Here's an example. The first Scary Movie is a brilliant satire. It uses huge chunks of the movie Scream as a framework for a lot of jokes. As the Scary Movie series went along, each individual joke became satiric. A joke about Britney Spears, a joke about iPods. They forgot about story and just started mentioning pop culture. When the Scary Movie films lost that overarching structure, they also lost the comedy. This is a trademark of the Seltzer and Friedberg movies. Team America's jokes are funny, but the satire itself is clunky. Let's compare it to Trey and Matt's South Park movie, bigger, longer, and uncut. The thesis in that film can be boiled down to one sentence.
Just remember what the MPAA says. Horrific, deplorable violence is okay, as long as people don't say any naughty words. That is what this war is all about.
The thesis in Team America is an entire sequence that lasts 1:30 and is covered in metaphors. Again, not to say it's bad. I'm just saying it's not as cutting and straightforward and simple as their other work. It's a bit shoehorned in there. Just a bit. But the movie is entertaining. I've seen it multiple times since I saw it in the theater. Is it a totally successful satire? No, but it's certainly a funny movie. So, does Team America World Police suck? No, it doesn't. Hooray, we finally found one! I don't think it sucks, and a lot of critics didn't think it sucks, a majority of them actually. Roger didn't like it, but Roger didn't like a lot of the things Matt and Trey produced. They just weren't his cup of tea. It's not for everyone, I get it, and that's okay. My social media is listed below, I hope you'll follow me there. As always, I'd appreciate your subscription in the box below. And I'll see you next time when we ask the question, does this movie suck? And we'll talk about puppets again. That should be fun. See you then. Thanks for watching.